Hey guys, hope you're doing well today. Today we're going back to the CPTSD from Surviving to Thriving, the P. Walker book. Today we're reading off from the section Parenting Creates Pathological Sibling Rivalry. Like many children in CPTSD engendering families, Maud could not turn to her siblings for comfort because her parents unconsciously practiced the divide and conquer principle. Her parents modeled and encouraged sarcasm and constant fault finding among the children. Moreover, interaction of cooperation or warmth were routinely ridiculed. Sibling rivalry is further reinforced in dysfunctional families by the fact that all children are subsiding on minimal nurturance and are therefore without resources to give each other. Moreover, competition for the little that their parents have to give creates an even fiercer rivalry. I have to go turn that off. That is the laundry. Go. Oh, so now we are back, guys. Had to take the laundry out. Yes. So continuing from that, 2 years later, Sean was born. At first, it seemed as if he was destined for the same lost, dissociated destiny as Maud. But as he matured, he fell into the role of the gifted child, as described by Alice Miller in the drama of The Gifted Child. Sean's inborn gift coming into this life was his compassion and his sense that if he studied his mother long enough and figured out what she needed, he could provide for her needs. This would sometimes calm her down and make her less dangerous, bitter, and sarcastic. Over the years, Sean owned this skill and could almost clairvoyantly anticipate her sore spots, moods, and preferences. Sometimes it seemed he knew what she needed before she did. And with practice, he became adept at diffusing her anger and sometimes even gaining morsels of her approval. Synchronistically, his mother realized she was getting old and that her alcohol-ravaged husband would likely precede her. Not wanting to be alone, she exploited his compassionate nature and bribed him for domestic service for as long as she would need it. Sean remained living at home until his mother's death released him from emotional captivity at the age of 29. This was the codependent enslavement we will explore more in Chapter 7. A friend of Sean, who knew all the siblings well as adults, marveled that it seemed as if each had different parents. Finally, it's also important to note that the scapegoat role does not fall exclusively on the Phalite type, as what it did with Carol. It can be bestowed on any one of the 4F types depending on the given family. The scapegoating role can also shift over time from one person to another, and each parent or sibling may choose a different scapegoat. Chapter 6 and 7 will explore each of the 4Fs and their corresponding defensive structures in greater detail. These chapters will help you determine your key 4F defenses and help you address issues that are more specific to your type of CPTSD. Again, this is a really great book. I didn't grow up with siblings, but I have seen how this has impacted in my family, carried down sibling issues that are not really clear. People don't really admit them. They don't talk about them out loud, but they're so obviously there. Between my cousins, my mother and my father, and so many sibling issues. So I guess that's one thing I'm glad I didn't have to deal with. Like I didn't have the sibling support also, but the sibling conflict, that's not something that I had to deal with. And it does cause so many problems. And I see how it can really, really destroy one of the most, what should be one of the most treasured relationships that you have, growing up together with someone that should be, a sense of support and stability, grounding, and sometimes it's completely the opposite of that. Many times I used to feel like I was the only one with these lack of sibling relationships. But then I got older and I started to go to more of these support clubs and learn more about how or support groups, not clubs, and see how people deal, with their family and sibling relationships. And so many families are struggling. It's really a difficult issue. It is a bit sensitive here because you see how much uh, that exploitation can really take someone away from themselves. In emotional captivity and enslavement. You know, and that's really what that is. And yeah, it's so important to break away from that, which is why I was saying yesterday in the meeting, it's not about breaking off peacefully. You don't break off from this enslavement by just saying, "Oh, please let me free." You are literally at war for your soul. You understand what I'm saying? You are literally at a war for your soul when you're coming from this childhood abandonment, CPTSD. It's not like you can just say, "Oh, dude, we're going to separate with love." I mean, yeah, that's ideal in fairy tale fantasy world. Maybe that's nice, but it doesn't actually work in your body. You know, your body will understand you're at war. You make a forceful, impactful, mm, it has to be something that really moves you, that energizes you, that gives you a different feeling and sensation in your body that gets you into a new reality where you're not helpless and enslaved anymore because it's not necessary to spend your entire life like this. And so I hope that you guys enjoyed this reading, and I'll see you again for the next one. Take care.